Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 40 of Stellaris as the Stellar Union. In the last video we finished our war with the Union of Hull Fast Core and actually took about 4 or 5 planets from them. And that was nice. What have we got here? We've got a trade deal. You want a research agreement? Okay, I will go for that. We've got some unemployment going on over here. And people sort of wrecking buildings. Let's go and deal with that first. What building has just been wrecked? You've just wrecked your building, have you? Well, you're a muppet. Please stop. And you are unemployed. You don't have anything to do. This can be upgraded to a better one. We might as well upgrade some of these where we can. You need something there, so we'll probably go and build a standard power plant. Was that just a normal one? Yeah, just a power hub. That's fine. Okay, what have we got here? No access. The Githian was forced to return to... Why? What's happening up here then? Your borders have literally just popped a little bit and pushed me back. Okay, that's fine. Githian will carry on with the rest of its missions, I suppose. I can't deal with any of those. Starvation. Yeah, well, you're not starving. You've got food. Look, it's right there. And it's because we repaired that building. I want to know why this doesn't... No, that's the starvation one. That'll probably go away at the end of the month. You need to get stuff done and stop rebelling. This is only the one population here that isn't happy. But we can't get rid of it. There's nothing we can do to get rid of this one population. It's the only one that isn't happy. Forcibly resettle this pop to one of our other core planets. So we can forcibly resettle. Interesting. One thing we haven't looked at in a little while, and we're not going to bother with all this debris, but we haven't looked at the actual victory conditions. So for a domination victory, win the game by owning 40% of all colonizable planets. I only own 27 out of the 192 required, so that's quite a small amount. As for the conquest victory, there are still 12 other independent empires left in the galaxy. That's also including the fallen empires, which, you know, they're quite stumpy. Yet they're still overwhelming. At least their naval capacity and tech is no longer overwhelming. It's just superior. So they, you know, we are sort of catching up. I think they start... I think the fallen empires pretty much start maxed out. Like, the maximum fleet size you can have, the maximum level of tech you can have. And, oh, we've got our colony ship now. We were going to go over here and colonize this world. I think we still are. 12 slots. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So, yeah, there is that. What else was I going to do? Because I've just completely derailed my own train of thought there. But, yeah, with everybody else being into these... federations, it's going to be really difficult to attack people. We will eventually go after the fallen empires when we do catch up with their tech level. I'm sure it will happen at some point. Now then, our navy is still a little bit weak. Oh, declaration of war. Oh, that's not good. We've just been declared on. So this is Rixie. Rixie actually wants to take stuff back. Well, okay, you're certainly entitled to your opinion. Where is your homeworld? Let's just get straight over here and... no, we want the fleet. Let's just go straight over here and start trying to attack your stuff. In fact, you've already got stuff coming in down here. I mean, what is your actual... Yeah, you do still have some ships. If you do want to attempt to jump onto my homeworld, you'll probably get taken out instantly. Where have you jumped in? You've jumped in down there. I think we should just sort of go after you. We definitely want to build up more ships, which is one of the things I was just about to say. We did lose quite a lot of ships. So we will start building up a few ships on some of our planets. Get some cruisers going. Now then, I don't know how many fleets we're going to have coming in. So we just basically want to go fly around with our fleet and just try and wreck them where we can. It's not so much an issue of trying to actually take anything, it's just trying to eliminate as many of them as possible. And we might be able to get a white piece out of it. The problem we've got, of course, is playing this annoying game of whack-a-mole, where you're flying around constantly trying to chase them down, but they nearly always just beat you everywhere. I also hate this spam. I mean, what are you supposed to do about it? It's just spam after spam after spam. What's going on here with our colony ship? You go and find somewhere safe to be, please. Yeah, I mean, I can't even chase them down at the moment.
Station under attack. Hostile fleet detected. Evading.
I mean, I'd love to be able to catch them.
Under attack.
Most of these are just transport fleets, which aren't going to do anything. Not too sure what's even going on. What is going on? Somebody tell me. See, there's a fairly big fleet, but again, by the time, like, they've already moved, but I didn't even get close to getting to them. Right, let's get rid of some of these spam pop-ups, because there's like 15 million of them. Look at all of those. Ridiculous. So, what have we got being under attack and from what? Okay, there's 11k here on Epsilon. So that's definitely a fleet worth taking out, if we can get there in time. So let's go and get our fleet over here. We might be able to make it. The Githian's already there.
Under attack. Station under attack. Hostile fleet.
Looks like they're moving in a lot of places. Yeah, there's a fleet coming in over here.
Under attack.
It's just very, very difficult to, you know, sort of get in and get stuff done. Yeah, buildings being blown up, I understand.
Hostile fleet detected.
Rixie's there. Got a fleet moving into Sol. I mean, it's great telling me where all of these fleets are, but, you know, I need to be able to get to them to do stuff.
Hostile fleet detected. Station under attack. Hostile fleet detected. Construction complete. Station under attack. Hostile fleet detected.
Wow.
Hostile fleet detected. Hostile fleet detected. Station under attack.
I think this is also a downside of the AI as well. The AI basically just splits its ships up into such small groups instead of moving around with a big fleet. I mean, they've already got 22% war score on me, but what can I do? You know, look at this. Just look at the spam. What is going on? I'll try and get in and catch some of these fleets if I can, but the chances are they'll probably just warp straight out.
Station under attack.
Now, they've probably got a little bit more power than I have. They've probably got a lot more power than I have. They're attacking this planet, but if I can get in here and get stuff done, let's see how well this works out. We may just get completely and utterly wrecked here.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Although we do apparently... Right, tell me that wasn't our... No, that was Lucas dying. Okay, we'll sort that out. At least it wasn't our Admiral dying right at the beginning of the fight. That would have been pretty terrible. Our guy is coming in there to help out. This battle is not going in my direction. We're already losing significant portion of our navy. Their shields are really holding up well. They have a lot of energy weapons. We're doing next to no damage to them. They must have some major shields going on. We're barely doing anything here. They've just brought... Well, another 1k is not going to make any difference to the tides of battle. But we are definitely losing a few ships here. More than a few ships.
Evading hostile fleet.
Come on, guys, get involved. We need to start taking some of them down.
Situation log updated.
I think this is the bulk of the enemy's military, to be honest, the enemy's navy. We've failed to fend off the invasion. Okay, so, well, there might be another fleet coming in soon. Let's just keep ships being built where we can. Some more cruisers. We're probably going to need some more battleships as well, but we'll see how this battle goes. This might be the end of this particular playthrough, because I think the biggest problem is I didn't have any allies. I went too aggressive too quickly, and you know, I haven't got anybody to help me. So I've basically just been declared on by what is essentially a coalition, and couldn't really do an awful lot to stop it. Doesn't look like an awful lot is going to help me here, does it?
Hostile fleet detected.
And again, if we actually zoom out on the map, there's probably still lots and lots of fleets around that I can't deal with. Yeah, there's a few fleets down here. Imagine they're just what do we have there? Actually, that's a colony ship, so I can't do anything with that. So some of them are trying to invade. I still think the main portion of their ships are all up here, though.
Situation log updated.
But my fleet's just getting nothing done. We've got 104 ships left apparently.
Construction ship
But
hostile fleet engaged.
even our battleships just get taken down so quickly. Our shields just have no backbone at all. Apparently we've lost our leader as well.
Hostile fleet
So
detected.
what exactly happened to where are our leaders? Christopher Lowe, it says you're available. Why aren't you being in charge of the
Station
Navy here?
Situation log updated.
But no, we're definitely getting wrecked.
Construction complete. Evading hostile fleet. Evading hostile fleet. Hostile
I think this might be the end of the campaign here, because I'm about to lose my entire navy. I could jump out, but what's the point? Because they're just going to take everything.
hostile fleet.
So let's just see how this goes, although I can pretty much guess. Look at all this spam.
Under attack. Station under attack. Evading hostile fleet. Station under attack. Construction ship under
And there goes the navy.
Hostile fleet
Right.
detected. Hostile fleet detected. Evading hostile
I'm going to call that...
Station under attack. Situation log updated.
Oh, hang on. He's not finished yet. Has he finished? Right, he's finished. Okay, I'm going to call that the end of this series. I've done 40 episodes. This is my first game. I did technically start another game as a human civilization before I started this one to sort of learn the basics, but this one really overtook it because I stopped playing the other one with Hearts of Iron and everything else that was going on. So now that I've, you know, put probably, I don't know, 20 odd hours into Stellaris, what do I think to it, and my opinions on this game and what I'm going to do in the future. So, first of all, I like it. I wouldn't necessarily pen it as a grand strategy, which is what I said originally. You know, well, I mean, I didn't say it was a grand strategy. Paradox always said it was a mixture of a grand strategy and a 4X, and I always said it's far more of a 4X than it is a grand strategy, and I stand by that. I think that any grand strategy elements that are present are quite shallow and shoehorned in. However, I still think it's a great game, and I have actually enjoyed playing it, and I enjoy the majority of the major mechanics. However, I do have a little bit of a gripe list with it, things that I think need fixing. First of all, this massive amount of spam that you get, particularly in a war, when every single time an enemy ship goes anywhere near your sensor range, you get a notification. And what makes it worse is, as I just said, the AI likes to split its ships up into lots of little fleets, and you're basically playing whack-a-mole. You're chasing them around the map, and they're very often impossible to catch. The AI itself is actually quite derpy, and this is the same issue that EU4 has. The AI will often move around with little stacks, and if you can isolate them and jump on them quickly enough, then you have the ability to really deal a crushing blow to a superior enemy. But once the enemy has a chance to consolidate all of its forces together, it will pretty much just overwhelm you, and again, that is kind of what happens in EU4. And I think the whole purpose of this game having 3 different methods of FTL travel was to try and eliminate that mechanic of jumping on individual stacks, but it's designed almost so you have to try and play whack-a-mole with the enemy fleets, and I don't really like that. I hate when it goes to war that it's just spam after spam of detected fleets and you're frantically rushing around trying to sort of chase them down and catch them out. I definitely made mistakes playing this game, which is one of the reasons why I think it's a good point to end it. I don't normally like to abandon a series. I mean, in all honesty, with most games, I like to finish it, either get defeated or, you know, win the game. I'm going to call this a defeat. I mean, I have literally lost my entire fleet. I'm already at minus 55% war score, which means they're definitely going to win the war. There's no way I can rebuild and take them out in time. So they're going to win the war. I don't know what it is they would actually demand. They actually want... I guess they want all of those things. Yeah, so they basically want to take 4 planets. Which I guess I could do. I could go, do you know what? Here's your 4... And I guess they're all planets that belong to them in the first place. I guess I could go, do you know what? Here's your planets, leave me alone. The chances are, though, if I do that, somebody else will then attack later on. The Union of Hulfaskahor will probably attack me because they'll want their planets back that are up here. And the other big issue that I've got at the moment is I don't actually have any friends. I've backed myself into a corner where nobody wants to actually join an alliance with me. And that's another issue that I've noticed with Stellaris. It's they claim that it's got these grand strategy elements, but it's very, very difficult to actually get the AI to agree to anything with you beyond simple things like civilian access, star charts and trades. Trying to get military access, trying to get alliances together, trying to get federations. There are always so many negative modifiers that the AI has. It seems almost impossible to try and do. I'm sure if I played again and played from the start, going into a new game with the experience that I currently have, I would probably do better and play it a little bit differently. I think, though, for my first game, I got quite far. I mean, we did have a couple of good scraps in there, and, you know, I've taken a considerable chunk of the galaxy, with I'm probably the actual biggest civilization there in the galaxy. The nation of Feris is probably on a close second, maybe even the Benthel Stellar Conglomerate there. But yeah, I mean, we actually took a decent chunk there of the galaxy. Now, I know that some of these issues are actually being addressed by Paradox. They've already put out a list of 3 or 4 different free updates that they're going to be doing over the next couple of months that address a lot of the issues and concerns that not only myself but other players have echoed. And the first of those patches is already out, patch 1.1, which is Clark, which did address some of the interface issues. And don't get me wrong, this game still has plenty of interface issues. I mean, we've still got these issues where, I mean, for example, why is this Frontier Outpost showing up grey? Why is it that sometimes my own systems turn red? For example, why is this both of these are in a sector. This is owned by my sector, so it's mine, and it's a Frontier Outpost. This Frontier Outpost is owned by mine, so why was the name red? And if we go in and go back out, yeah, it's still red. But if we go into another one, and now we look, it's turned green, but this one's gone red. Kandarai, why is that red? If we click here, okay, there is an enemy wormhole there, but we click out and it's gone back green again. It's like, you know, the user interface is... I mean, it's cluttered anyway because I've got all the resources on, but the user interface in a strategy game is one of the most important aspects because it's the only way to communicate with the player what is going on. And when the interface is confusing because stuff is the wrong colour, or it's got the wrong icon next to it, or there's something about it that's telling you one thing but actually something else is going on, it's not only has no purpose, but it's actually hurting the game. It makes it more difficult because it's not like you're not being given information, you're being given the wrong information. And I think that certainly needs fixing. Performance issues, I haven't really noticed a lot. Sometimes it does seem to drop down in speed a little bit. I've also noticed that issue where the game sort of pauses when it's not supposed to be paused, and yeah, there are definitely some things that need fixing. And I think what I'm going to do with Stellaris for now is I'm probably going to put it on the back burner. I will probably play it some more in my own time to try and get better at it. I do still really like it, and I do definitely want to play it more, but I really want to wait for these patches to come out because they're only a couple of months away. And I've got other stuff to play. I mean, I'm playing Hearts of Iron 4 at the moment, which again has some of the same issues and they need to fix things in there. I'm playing Total War Warhammer, which I'm actually really, really enjoying at the moment. Still playing my way through EU4, and I'm assuming there'll be another update for that very soon because they are supposed to be changing the way that the tech trees work. So I've got lots and lots of other games to occupy me. Apologies to anybody who has been watching Stellaris and has been really enjoying the series and wants me to carry on. I have to say, though, out of all of the series that I'm currently putting live, this is probably one of the least watched series. So at least with my subscriber base, it's definitely not one of the more popular series that I have going. I'm sure that I will do more Stellaris videos in the future. If it was the fact that these patches weren't going to be coming out until 6 months, a year down the line, I'd probably go, well, screw it, I'll just play another game. But as I know that these patches are in the pipeline over the next couple of months, I'll probably just wait until they're done and hopefully they get all of this stuff fixed. And then hopefully when I come in and play the next game and do the next Let's Play of this, I'll have more knowledge about the game itself and hopefully more things in the game will be working the way they should be. And that way I can also try and stop making stupid mistakes, such as the mistake of being too aggressive and not getting alliances early on. But like I said, it is very, very difficult to get alliances with the negative penalties that you tend to get with the other civilizations. So this has been Stellaris. It's been a 40-part Let's Play. I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of people that do Let's Plays of games that don't get anywhere near 40 parts in, so I'm glad that I got as far as I did. I'll leave you with that shot there of the galaxy so you can see just how much of it we managed to take on our first attempt, and hopefully next time I will do a better job. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Also thanks to all of those patron supporters who pledged their names to have in this Let's Play. I hope I did you all justice. I know some of you did die a fair few times, and I'll now have to find another game to give you guys a little bit of a digital outing. So I'll see you all next time, and until then, goodbye for now.